So here's a common mistake that students make when they're talking about rotational motion, particularly speed. So students often forget, and you might have done this too, that different points on a single rotating object can have different speeds depending on which type of speed you're actually talking about. So if we're talking about angular speed or angular velocity, this is a measurement of the angular displacement per unit time. And angular displacement is like the number of radians that the object will rotate through in some amount of time. So any point on a rotating object will have the same angular displacement per second. It doesn't matter whether that point is on the edge of this object or like somewhere in the middle, it will have the same angular displacement per unit time if it's like not on the axis of rotation. However, tangential velocity is different because tangential velocity is telling you like how far of a distance or how long of a path length does that point travel per unit time. So that's more of a measurement of the curve of the circle or what you might think of as arc length. So points on the outer edge of that object that's rotating, they're actually going to travel a longer distance per unit time than points that are closer to the center. So if something is traveling a farther distance in the same amount of time, it has to be traveling faster, right? But these two things, the angular velocity and tangential velocity, they are related to each other by the equation tangential velocity equals radius times angular velocity. And we can see there too that where we have larger values for r, the tangential velocity will be bigger. So even though the angular speed is the same for all points, the tangential speed or tangential velocity depends on how far you are from the center, and the farther you are, the greater the tangential velocity is. So this is video 1 in a series that I'm doing for you guys on rotational motion. So if this is a topic that you're in right now, or maybe you're studying for the AP test, or that's a kind of on your horizon, make sure you subscribe because I have a whole series coming out for you guys that's going to help you with tips and tricks and problem solving strategies for AP Physics 1 or like any algebra based physics course rotational motion.